As my favorite team, top 3 players are injured. 1 out of 3 players are injured. I feel a little bit depressed. Alright, guys, no misses here. Today I'll be talking about how the trailblazers are just spiraling and just can't seem to catch a break with this injury bug. I mean, it's kind of been going around this year around teams. You got the Atlanta Hawks, then you have the Orlando Magic, but I feel like we're probably the best team that's had it the worst. So probably like 2 games ago, Yusuf Nurkic fractured his hand. I mean, he has had injury problems, but none of them have really seemed really apart. But before I go on, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. We're on that 20 subscriber grind. Make sure to turn on post notifications to keep updated for almost daily content, and I'll pump out more videos as long as you guys keep showing support. So Damian Lillard, I can't see this team for 8 weeks being able to keep up with the West. I mean, Damian Lillard could probably go MVP mode, and then my whole video about way too early MVP prediction could happen, or it could be just scrapped because Damian Lillard just goes Super Saiyan 5 or something like that, or that he's playing how he is and this team becomes a 500 team. I mean, I feel like this is the best team that Damian Lillard has had ever since with the LaMarcus Aldridge, Wesley Matthews, and Robin Lopez type team. But I feel like this was the best rounded team around him. You had Rocco, you had bench depth in Roddy Hood, you had bench depth in Gary Trent. CJ was playing at a definitely all-star level before he got hurt, and I think he might be out 10 weeks. And it's just the top both of the top 3 players on your team get hurt with devastating with fractures, and they're out for 8-10 weeks plus. I know Yusuf Nurkic is out for 8 weeks. I don't know about how long CJ McCollum is out, but this team just seemed like it could go on a maybe second round, maybe even third round run. This team was probably the best team that's been built around Damian Lillard. They finally were able to get past trading first round picks, and this team was looking like it was ready to try to build around Damian Lillard, or finally sacrifice for Damian Lillard and show its loyalty back, that Dame has showed them loyalty. But you got these freak injuries with these hairline fractures, the finger fracture with Yusuf, and this team is just gotten a lot worse. I mean, you're going to have Enes Kanter starting. He's good. He's decent offensively. I mean, he's a post player, which might stop your offense when you already have Melo stopping your offense. And he's good. He's a good offensive rebounder in general. But defensively, he's such a liability. And then you're going to have Gary Trent, who's a decent defender. And then you're going to have Roddy Hood, decent defender. Your power forward, you don't have Zach Collins. He's out indefinitely. This team has just been struggling with injuries, and these are probably the 2 most impactful injuries we've had all year. I mean, the Crystal Vert, thank God, he was traded. I mean, he could have won a championship, but in long term, if he didn't find whatever, that lump on his kidney, then it could have really impacted his life and even his long-term career. And he has a bright future, young kid, bright future. But I feel like these 2 injuries are the most impactful, and just it happening on the same team as the players, it's tough. As a Portland Trailblazers fan, when I saw these 2 players go down for injuries, it hurt, because George McCollum was having a career year. He was playing they even had him in some MVP categories. I mean, I don't know about that, Dude was shooting lights out from three, good shooting splits. He was playing better than Damian Lillard. He was taking on a bigger role, but sadly that role put him into jeopardy of injuring himself, and he did get injured. And he was putting up the same amount of points as Dame, and he I will admit it, he was playing better than Dame at that moment. Do I think Damian Lillard is the better player? Of course, Damian Lillard is the better player. But the thing is, this would be finally a deadly duo, or one of the deadly duos in the NBA. Well, we got that super team out east. The rest of the NBA has deadly duos. That's what I like to call it. And with this, would finally consider them as a deadly duo. How CJ McCollum was playing, and if he could keep that up, and if they kept it up, then they would be considered one of the deadly duos in the NBA. And this team would have been really scary. Even if it was the 8th to 5th seed, this team would be really scary to face in the playoffs. And I don't know if they could get into the playoffs. The West is very hard. In the East, I have no doubt if Damian Lillard could carry them to the East, but the West is a whole nother monster. But yeah, now let's talk about how they're gonna rotate. I mean, who do you have coming off at center? You don't have Zach Collins. There's not really anybody. Don't they still have like Wayne and Gabriel? I don't even think they have him. Oh, you got Harry Giles. Harry Giles, okay defender, good rebounder. He's more of a hop jump guy. He hasn't been really getting big rotation minutes, but yeah, you have Melo at the 4. Maybe you could play some 5 when both win the team. It just depends on the matchup. Then we got Rodney Hood. This team just really really need, and it's gonna start struggling. We're gonna see if Gary Trent's gonna be good. We're gonna see if Anthony Simons. I know there's a lot of talk about him. They didn't want to trade him for assets or to get stuff back in return for a win now. They have a lot of faith in him. We're about to see what he's made out of, and Gary Trent, we kind of know what he's made out of, but we're gonna see if he could step up his role and maybe he could be a future piece or asset in the trade. And we're gonna see if he could just expand his game with this new opportunity he has. Then you have Rodney Hood, good defensive depth. This team's just stretched out thin, and they're just gonna need more people to step up. Damian Lillard's gonna have to step up. I would say he's probably gonna have to take like 10 points, 10 threes a game if he wants to carry this team. I could see maybe MVP Dame coming up if this team is good enough. If this team could be a 4th, 5th seed, I could see MVP Dame coming up. These maybe I could see him averaging 34 or 35, some James Harden type numbers, and I could see this team maybe just getting carried by Dame. But yeah, it really sucks as a Portland Trailblazers fan. So yeah, I'm gonna go cry in my bed now. But make sure to subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And there will be a video out tomorrow, and it will probably be about Joe Harris. All right, bye.